Hello, my tarot maniacs. Everybody's jumping in. There's so many here. So it is good to see. Is Lady Letitia here? Lady Letitia! Is Lady Letitia here? Keep chatting, guys. Keep chatting. Sophie! Sophie's here. Zephyr. Thank you for dropping Lady Letitia's link there. I appreciate it. Guys, we are streaming on 4 different platforms right now. So bear with me as I navigate through this. I've got a ton of you on here. So we've got Instagram going. We've got YouTube going. We're also over Beckett. We're also over on my other channel, the Psychic News Report. I figured this was vital information that we need to get out there. So this is what we are going to do, boys and girls and tarot maniacs alike, anyone else who identifies otherwise. Let me fix this face. There we go. We got a filter going now. So what we're going to do, sorry. Thank you, Lady Letitia. Thank you so much. And Cindy, thank you. I found this scarf cleaning out my closet, so I was really happy with it. Thank you. And my hair does look fantastic. I just told Steven, my hairdresser, to come over from Instagram, so hopefully he's going to come over. He was popping into the Insta. So I'm not even going to look at Facebook. I put up the let me get the Insta up here. Whoops. Come on, guys. Come on down. Come on down. So what I did, where's Hipsy? There we go. I have Hipsy open on Instagram. So if any questions come through Instagram, we will do it. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I very rarely get to wear green on St. Patrick's Day. Scarves do matter. Scarves do matter. So you guys are fantastic. If somebody could drop Cindy's link, that would be great too. Just drop Cindy's link there. We are going to kick it off talking about Harry and Meghan. And I have some notes. Notes. Where are my notes? There are my notes. I'm going to be toggling back and forth. Get this over here. And you all can thank Becky for encouraging me to go live today. She was like, why don't you? Why don't you? So, all right, let me, with this Instagram, I am going to have trouble managing your chat here. This just tells me I need another screen. I need another screen in my house. So, all right. So let's, I'm going to kill the Instagram. Instagram, everybody come on over. Fortune Cookies Tarot on YouTube. And we're going to kill the Instagram feed because it is making things a little bit complicated. It's hard for me to read on that. So I'm going to kill my live stream here on Hipsy. We are going to kill that event. I am not live right now. Oh, I actually killed it on Facebook. So it is what it is. It's getting a little complicated. And we're also, if you're finding me on Facebook, come on over. I am removing the Facebook feed too. So, all right, just remove it. There we go. I gotcha. Sorry, guys, we're totally professional here. Extra professional. So I am getting all of the scoop from the new Tom Bauer book. So let's open this up and we'll get some of my notes up. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So I did some astrology calculations and had some fun. So I also did some numerology calculations here. Hi, wife of a grumpy Marine. I think I owe you a phone call. Oh, we got a new person here. Hi, Caleb. Nice to see you. Thank you. I am doing my best. Make sure that you're subscribed. The YouTubes is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So 3 commercials, Dave? I thought you were a VIP. VIP here. So let me delete this. Just remove it. Delete on Facebook. Remove it. All right, we got to get rid of this. Let's delete this. How do I delete this on Facebook? It is not letting me do it. All right, we're stuck. We're stuck streaming to Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and you want any readings or anything, come on over to YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. So all right, so let's talk. So 2026 has proved to be very interesting for me because the addition of doing like the astrology for the climate, the numerology for the weather, and the psychic readings for what to wear has been working out really well. So Invictus is coming up in 2027. We've got some interesting revelations from Tom Bauer's book, and a lot of people were asking me about this. So let's hit up my notes up here. So one of the things that came out was that Sophie Chandoka, am I saying that right? Chanduka, had ordered a PR audit of Harry's PR impact. And it did not come back very good. It showed that his likability was waning. And it also showed that Meghan actually damaged his PR more so by being involved. Stop fidgeting. I'm sorry. I'm trying to cover up the girls here. I had a little cleavage shot there. So that Meghan actually was damaging his PR even more so. So we're going to unpack some of that. Harry also said that Sophie Chandoka doing the audit was damaging to his mental health and to Meghan's mental health. So the truth hurts. Everybody hurts. So we've got that. What else are we going to talk about? There's a few things here. So we're gonna go through the 6 bullet points that I have. And then I'm going to open it up for questions from you guys, paid readings if you want, anything. We're doing pop culture, personal questions, all paid readings. $1 is fine. So let's kick it off. And I'm going to keep my eye on the chat. So bringing up that card view, guys, and I'm going to drop that current comment. And here we go. So 69 people. Keep smashing that like button. Bang it up. Make a mess out of it. So Prince Harry was shocked at the popularity audit done by Dr. Sophie Chandoka. He allegedly said, "Why didn't anyone tell me?" when advised that his PR profile was damaged by his and his wife's actions, and that Meghan's inclusion in anything that he did actually damaged his profile and altruistic endeavors. Prince Harry claims the audit revelation damaged him and his wife's mental health. So, fact. Hi, Sally. Surprise. It's a St. Patrick's Day surprise. So, in their recklessness, they are not recognizing that anything that they're doing is damaging. So Meghan's perspective on all this, Ace of Coins, she's now Little Miss Sour Grapes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Meghan is here on the left. And so Meghan is like, it's not even a good organization. We're not even making any money off it because it's a charity. That's why you're not making any money off it. Exactly, Zeph, 100%. And she's like, if we were more in charge, it would be a bigger deal. Like it wouldn't be a problem if we were more in charge. Over here, Harry's like, but this is my wheelhouse. This is where I live. This is everything I do. And the chickens are coming home to roost. Chickens are coming home to roost. So 74 people in the chat. If you guys have questions about what I am reading when I am reading it, you can drop all caps. All caps. Super chats are welcome. Elizabeth Higgins. Let's see if they are still together. I like that. I like that. I like that. Are they still together? And we're using the Fergus Hall Tarot of the Witches all week. You guys are loving this deck. I'm getting a lot of comments on it. Featured and created for the James Bond film Live and Let Die, Sing. All right, so are they still together? The marriage, Queen of Coins. Marriages are broken sometimes by financial means, and this is one. They're not making any money together. They are not making any money together anymore, and it's by their own doing. They are in over their head and getting banged up. So who says they love? Sally loves the Tarot of the Witches too. So there we go, kids. So mods, keep an eye on that vert chat. Keep an eye on the vertical. So did the audit damage their mental health? Harry first, Meghan second. Humanaki in the chat. So I say no. It did not. You know why I say no? Because Harry's like, but I love everyone. I love everyone that's in there. Oh, I love everyone. Do. And everyone should just, greet him with the same kind of love and adoration that he has. But he's not really coming to the equation with love. He's not doing that. Meghan's like, we're bigger than this. Like, we're bigger than this. It's not really damaging. They got to them, the derangers. Welcome, deranger. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a deranger. Let me kick this off. We've all been called derangers. There we go. I put my 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you are a deranger. There you go. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to do one funky thing here. One little funky thing. What is the end this live? There we go. Ending that live. All right. So we are out of there. There we go. Discard. All right. We're good to go on that one. And we're going to close this out. And always the victims. Indeed. Susan, hope you're doing well. Guys, we had a tornado in New Jersey today. Super fun, right? Super fun stuff. So I can't get this live feed to end over there. So we're just stuck with it. We are stuck with it. So here we go. All right, guys. I am not doing anything else. Business-wise on the other screen. So let's talk about Camilla. Any questions about that, guys? Any questions about their mental health? Any questions about that? Any questions about the audit? How bad was the audit? Let's do that. Like, what was that conversation? Oh, we could, at least I'm not twirling around. Well, give me a second. There, I turned on my my calculator popped up for some reason. I must have hit a button. So, oh gosh, it's happening again. All right, kids. All right. Let's make YouTube happy. Let's make YouTube happy. All right, kids. What was the the conversation between him and Sophie Chandoka? She says, I want to build this business better, but there are things that are working against the organization. What was that? the Six of Swords. We're not moving into success. We're not moving away from the things that are damaging Sentabali, Invictus, all of those kinds of things. So I'm sorry. When I was talking about Sophie, I think I said Invictus and I was talking about Sentabali. So, oh, Haley, what's your question? What's your question? Repeat that. So what was Harry's response? Well, if we just work together, it can be great like it was before. We can make Sentabali great again. We can make Invictus great again. This is his attitude the whole time. Sorry, I had that confused, guys. My notes were layered under other things. And she said, I think we need to get your wife out of the equation. So wait a minute. Did Sophie Chandoka have the audit, the personality audit? Did she do that to illustrate to Harry that Meghan was ruining everything she touches? Yes. She was suggesting that they take the split because Meghan was having a negative impact. Totally fine. Totally understand that. Let me drop into your questions. Hang on. Let me see. So we've got wifey. Is Camilla getting pushed out? I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by that? Give me a little bit more on that. And then Haley had a question. I need a little bit of help, though. What was Haley's question? Unfortunately, because I've got the Facebook feed up here, I can only see one question at a time. So Haley, you got to help me out. What was your question? I'm scrolling back up, but super annoying. Not you guys. What's going on with there we go. Okay. Haley, there we go. We got 103. We just broke 100, guys. Woo! Let's do a little celebration. We'll do a little celebration. A little bit of fun music, right? We'll do applause. 100. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody's welcome here. Hang out. Have a good time. Middle of the day, middle of the evening. It's a little bit late over there. And then we drop to 96. So it is what it is. So we'll get 4 more. YouTube likes playing games with me. So will the Australia trip still go ahead with the Tom Bauer book? I am going to pull up some information on that in a second or two. Guys, I'm doing my best here. This is driving me nuts. Come on. All right, everybody hold that thought. We're going to do an intermission for a minute. Just a minute. Everybody stay put. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to fix something. Be right back. is so much better, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I literally could see one comment at a time. It was horrible. It was horrible. All right. So will the Australia trip still go ahead with the Tom Bauer book? Oh, what did they reveal about her finances? What did they reveal? The devil in reverse. So is Harry still going to go to Australia? Nope. Is Meghan? No, she's going to be engaged in something else. Let's look up the dates. I'm going to pull up the dates. Hang on. Here we go. What are the dates? All right, here we go, kids. Thank you for your patience. We got 101 people here. All right, so here we go. We're going to look at the Australia trip. So April 2026 winds up. 2026 is a 1 year, so it's about new beginnings, reinvention. You guys know that from what I do. Anything happening in 2026 for all of us, this is for all of us, is going to be starting over or creating a new identity. Now, April is a 4 month. So we have a combination of the 1 for the year and the 4 for the month. So we've got new beginning, structure, foundation. So I do think this wasn't a fun PR tour energy, but more about rebuilding something for them. So let's see if the cards confirm that. See if the cards confirm that. Is the intention to rebuild? Is the intention to rebuild? 10 of Wands. It's too late. They can't rebuild. 4 of Wands. They are not wanted there. Australians in the chat. Dave Murphy, I'm looking at you. Do you want them there? 5 of Wands. There's going to be a lot of chaos. Are they happy? St. Patrick's Day, Barney. So Barney's in the chat. Everybody say hello to Barney. So are they going to claim security issues, and that's how they get out of going? Queen of Coins, 9 of Pentacles. Yep. And 4 of Cups. They are going to claim that there are some security issues and that it's better for them to stay at home. So Dave says, no, no, no. Just like our Amy Winehouse. Cindy, I can see you. I can see you. I can see your comments. Everybody, let Cindy know if you can see her. She said that YouTube was eating her comments. See if you can see her. Everybody loves Barney. Everybody loves Barney. So, little bit more. Harry is in a 7-year. Again, we're talking about numerology here, guys. Harry is in a 7-year. So 7 years are about reflection, inner truth, isolation. Think about that Hermit card. He's not a 7, but Harry is in a 7-year. So this is introspection, sensitivity, kind of looking at the mistakes. This is a come to Jesus year for him. Come to Jesus. Good Lord of Jesus. So it's not a spotlight year. It's more of a processing year. It's more about looking backwards. So let's build on that, kids. I know I got questions in the chat, but let's build on that. Is Harry living his best? Hermit in reverse. He's not doing it. Look at that, guys. I just said it. So he is not being as introspective. Is he clinging on for life like Jack on the board in the Titanic? Is he clinging on for life to this marriage? Yes. He wants to pretend that this is a happy marriage. He is really fighting for it. Why? Valet of Swords, King of Batons. He's got nothing else. He's got nothing else. He's a broke housewife. He a broke housewife. Broke housewife. So everyone's saying the come to Jesus moment. Come to Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. So Meghan, however, she's in a 4-year, which is work, building, repairing reputation, those kinds of things. Long-term structure. She's trying to secure that bag. Is she looking to get out of the marriage? King of Swords. King of Swords is cutting. King of Swords is pulling things off, getting rid of it. She is ready to rip the Band-Aid off, guys. Rip the Band-Aid off. So let me skip over here. I know I'm getting a lot of supers in here. So Haley, I didn't finish answering your question, did I? There was a bit more there. There's a bit more. Can I have some more, please? Let me see. Where is it? Oh, Haley, drop that question again. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's a little bit tricky to do this. Mustard Mischief for my good Irish friend over there. I am going to be throwing a reading at her. So let's see. What is trying? And there's a lot of brouhaha about Charles and William disagreeing on a lot of things. So let's see. Are they currently disagreeing? Six of Cups. So Six of Cups, it's not so much that they're not getting on, but I think Charles is having a bit of trouble reconciling that William is a man with his own ideas. Oh, thank you, wifey. Oh, Haley, let me know more about that woman's financial being revealed, because I'm not sure what that is. Thank you, wifey. Thanks for sending that over. So I think the king is having a very, very hard time understanding that baby boy is grown up and has some ideas of his own. Is the king really threatened by William coming up? Is he threatened? Thank you, Barney. Hit those likes. Hit the likes. Is the king threatened? King of Swords, the Emperor in reverse. Guys, I think we're in a soft regency now. I think we are. I think that it is an unfortunate situation that the king became ill after he was coronated. But I think that he is coming to terms that there's not much that he can do about the time and tide wait for no man. My grandfather used to say that all the time. Time and tide wait for no man. So I think the king is coming to terms with that. Let's take a peek at King Charles just for a second. Let's take a peek. So I'm not going anywhere. I don't have any appointments today. So I'm with you guys. We could stay here all night. I drove all night just to be with you. Not my favorite song, but I do love the Roy Orbison version. Another Up All Night song. Was it Split Ends? Who's been up all night? Up all night. Ah, who's been up all night? So, how is the king emotionally, mentally? How is he doing? How is he doing? Four of Pentacles, but we've got Eight of Pentacles. He's not doing as much work as we think, guys. He's a kind of an underwriter. I almost want to say like he's a senior underwriter. Zeph, that's okay. Do what you got to do, baby. It's all right. Don't worry about it. We're all good here. The king has the final stamp of approval. He's letting William make a lot of decisions. I think he's struggling with it, but I do think he's making a lot of that. Yeah, poor Charles. Indeed. I said not long ago that he's really working on his legacy. He wants that legacy to be better than it is right now. He made Diana cry. He made Meghan cry. He made everybody cry. So good one. So, and Mustard, you dropped me a super sticker. You didn't have to do that, baby. All right. So Karen, thank you for your super chat. Mustard, thank you for your super chat. You're my friend though. I love you, girl. I love you, Mustard. I love you on this very special Irish day. So Karen wants to know, always the same for me, always worried about the kids. Are they with them or are they somewhere else? All right. Archie. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. So I think Archie is being much more taken care of. Oh, Dave, what did I say? I don't know what I said. What did I say? What to say? I think Archie is being taken care of by Doria a great deal. And I don't know if that is the best fit. I do think that there's nannies and care. And I did do a remote view and I saw Doria was out at some, it kind of was like a lakefront, like retreat kind of place. It looked like it was like a private kind of resort kind of thing, but not like resort like we would go to. It looked like more like a spiritual resort, like an artist resort kind of thing, or retreat. I think retreat is a better word for it. I'm sorry, there's one hair that's in my eyes. So wait, Dave, I'm trying to say that I would, that would give Sam a hard time about it. Or a voodoo resort. We don't talk about voodoo here. We're not talking about voodoo. I'm not messing with no voodoo. Santeria, voodoo, I'm staying away from it. I'm not getting involved, guys. So I do think that Archie is with Doria and support staff. So, and I keep getting, it's like Arizona, but I think my remote viewing on that or my psychic dip in is more the weather than it is the location. So I do think that they're there. I don't think it's a fun place for him though. How is he doing? King of Cups. Actually, he is having fun there. 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Like I think that is the best place for him to be. So let's giddy up, Buttercup. So we are going to do Lily. Where is Lily? So no, Karen, I don't think that he's in the UK with his mama. I do not think that. Hello, Grace. Good morning. Dobre utro. Lily's with Meghan. Lily's with Meghan. She uses that kid like a bargaining chip. That is her bargaining chip, not the son, not Archie, Harry's son. Lily is the bargaining chip. She pulls that kid away from Harry all the time. She does it all the time. She keeps that kid busy. She's got plans for that kid. And, so here we'll do a little psychic. So she talks to that child like an adult. It makes a big difference. And I did this with my kids. Like I never really talked baby talk with them. I didn't Sunderost. Perhaps give me a bit. So, Sophie, how can they afford support staff? We'll answer that too. So she talks to, and just so you guys know, the reason I'm grabbing this is the obsidian sphere that I got from Otter Spirit from my account managers over there. I'm actually going to have a really cool bracelet that's coming in, a bracelet stack, and we're going to do an Otter Spirit live. I'm going to set up bracelet stacks for you guys too. But this obsidian has made it really, really easy for me to tap into remote viewing. I got it for scrying, but it is working for the remote view. So, if it works, it works. Cool thing about spheres is that they generate energy out in in all directions. So, whereas like this has a pointer on it. So she talks to Lily like an adult. And I don't think that she did that with Archie. I think she was unpracticed with Archie. She didn't know how to talk to him. And she may have read like some of the books that I read, which was if you speak to your kids like adults, they will learn to speak like adults. They'll use, a broader language, higher, 50-cent words, those kinds of things. And my kids did do that, not to brag, but my kids continue to have a really, really good vocabulary. As an English major, as an avid reader, I have a pretty good vocabulary, at least I think I do. But she spoke to Lily much more differently than she spoke to Archie. She spoke to Lily like an adult. She talks to her about adult things, and Archie, I think, is more physical, and she doesn't have any interest in like the physicality, like building something, climbing on things. Like that's not to say that Lily is just like all girl, and like sitting there playing with dolls and tea, but Archie is much more physical. Like he will tumble, he will play on, the swing set. He'll run around. He'll get very rambunctious in the pool, whereas Lily will get cool in the pool and just kind of float around and swim. They're very, very different personalities. Yeah, Zeph, I don't know if it's a bad thing that she's doing. Dave, recalcitrant? Really? That's a big word. That is a big word. So I don't know if she's talking about things that are outside of it, but she is not doing baby talk. Meghan doesn't do baby talk, I don't think it, she knows how to do it, and I don't think it lands well. So, it's, very interesting. Very interesting. So there it is. Let's see what Sally has. Sally, I love this question. Thank you for dropping this, because this was actually on my list. So we all know William did a post with the never seen before picture of him and his mother in a beautiful field of wildflowers. And I believe it was by Sandringham. King Charles or Highgrove. I think it was at Highgrove. Humanaki. I'm your Huckleberry. I will look that up. I will see. How did Harry feel about that post? Temperance. He had to hold himself back from criticizing William from exploiting their mother. I'm not kidding, guys. I think that was the first thing. He's exploiting our mother on Mothering Day. How dare he? So I think that he had to hold himself back from that, to not start a war, because he has really exploited the memory of his mother, much more so than William. Yeah, I think he did do that. So what a knob. He's such a knob. Didn't she, Karen? Her hair was amazing. My cousin Sandy had that same hair. So they loved Lady Di, my cousins out there. Hi, Candles on the Vert. Good to see you. So why didn't Harry do a big old splashy post? Why didn't Harry do one? I think he was told not to. Candles, yes, I will give you a freebie. Just put it all in caps because my chat's going very, very quickly. Just put it all in caps. I will throw you a freebie. So, corporate Barnabas. So, yeah. I think he was told to not exploit his mother, and he extended it to Mothering Day, which is terrible. How about that Brooklyn Beckham putting up a happy birthday to his mother-in-law when it wasn't even her birthday that day, instead of a Mothering Day post? What is wrong with him? And I never effectively said happy Mothering Day to any of my British friends. I think I just kind of did like a quick Happy Mother's Day in a group chat. But to all my moms out there, Happy Mother's Day. We have it coming up in May, and it's usually a fun day. But Brooklyn Beckham, what a knob. We'll put him in the knob drawer. So there we go. Why don't we go a little bit further? What did Diana think of the post from her firstborn? Valet of Coins. Good building block. Oh, and that's our Six of Cups, Knight of Batons. She really wishes she could be there. To see his success. I got you, Candles. Sit tight because I got a list already. So Mary Chavez, it is good to have you here. Mary Chavez always thanks me in all of my videos. She always says thank you and Gregopedia for all the hard work you do. So Mary Chavez, we appreciate you, dear. We appreciate you. Demon Dictator, there you go. Demon Dictator's here. Everybody say howdy do. Penny Jonas, good to see you, honey. So is Prince William running the royal family? Is Catherine? We got to do them separate, guys. Prince William, Ace of Swords. It's under wraps right now. They're not letting us know. He is transforming into the role. So I don't think that we're going to see, and Dave, you're going to get mad at me for this. I don't think we are going to see an announced regency. I just don't think we're going to get that. I think what we're going to get is just a natural progression over to William making a lot more of the decisions there. So yeah, but I do think he's making a lot of decisions. But like I said a little bit earlier, I think King Charles has the final stamp of approval. What about Catherine? Catherine is not running the royal family. William, somewhat. Catherine, I think, is running her personal family. Doodoo Bird is one of Lady Letitia's community. It is great to see you in my chat. I am so glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody give Duda Bird a nice howdy do. Howdy do. So I think Catherine is really focused on the kids. And I think that William is naturally progressing into taking charge of the whole family. I think he's doing it. So, all right. So here, Haley, we added on to Haley's question. So Meghan Markle went bankrupt a few years back with her business and still owes a lot of money. Are we talking about Meghan or her mama? There you go. Sophie, I got you. I got your question. If I don't acknowledge what you're putting in the chat, that means I didn't see it. Duda Bird, say hello to Becky. We yell her name. Becky. Not Megan. Thank you, Haley. So this is for Doria. Doria, can't stand to see her. She's yoga and counseling and has fake businesses. So Doria. I guess I should be doing like a U2 song since it's St. Patrick's Day. Let me know if you guys are celebrating St. Patrick's Day today. I have nothing planned. Nothing planned. I may have to do something. All right. So Doria, what's up with her? Judgment. It's a coming. It's a coming. King of Swords. She's trying to get that the judgments written off. And I do think that she's going to be successful in that. I think she's going to be able. I know when you have a judgment against you, you can't negotiate that after it happens, but she's going to be able to negotiate that judgment with the collectors. They're actually going to allow her to kind of soften that. She's going to show that she doesn't have any money. She's going to show she doesn't have any income. So yes, I think her bankruptcy is just kind of like, Special K. We can't use that word, but I will answer it. So I can't use one of those. Well, two of those words I can't. So I will answer that. Sit tight, sit tight, sit tight. We are doing questions for supers, guys. So if you want to help keep my channel alive, you can keep the channel live, keep the channel live, drop a super and keep fortune cookies alive. So Doria is going to be able to wiggle out of that a little bit. So are we going to see Doria anytime soon? 1, 2, 3. So yes, Doria is going to make an appearance very soon, guys. We're going to see her pretty soon. And I do think we're going to see her with the kids doing some grandmothering. So that's what we're going to see. So you heard it here. I'll do a little future cast. Where's my future cast? So mark my words, in the next week or so, we are going to see a paparazzi shot of Doria with the kids. We are going to see it. So we're gaining speed toward it. Gaining speed. Gaining speed. All right. So what else do we have? There is a rumor that the Crown will demand DNA tests on their kids. Hey, Wardrop, good to see you in the vert. Maybe for Easter. I don't even know when Easter is. I have no idea when Easter is, Karen. Isn't that terrible? My daughter was born on Easter. It changes every year. We change her birthday every year. No, I'm kidding. So will the Crown demand DNA tests on the kids? So we're going to look at a few different things here, guys. We're going to look at a few different outlets. So will King Charles demand DNA on the kids? Eight of Swords. I don't think that he will. I think he's going to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think he's going to not do that because in his mind, it makes everybody vulnerable to those DNA tests. Dave Murphy, I know you've talked about, what do you call it? Turkey basters a lot with the royal family. So I think that King Charles, it's a no. He doesn't want to open that can of worms, because what if we find out the entire line is not where it came from, not where it was supposed to come from? You know, what happens with that? So what about Wilhelm? Five of Pentacles. William is going to demand that a committee make a decision on this. That's what he's going to do. Dave Murphy, it cracks me up when you say that. So, oh, Texas Kit Kat, you're a bunny every several years. That's great. That is great. So I think William is going to say, well, let's make a committee. So it's not my unilateral decision. We can let the committee make the decision if we're going to do something like this. What about the Prime Minister? Is the Prime Minister going to say, we got to get this cleared up? Prime Minister, Queen of Batons, it's already in motion. He's already got his plate full. I don't think that Starmer wants to get involved in any of this. But I think he's going to say, if it's not broke, just let it go. What about King's Council, the whole council? Temperance, they're going to be split on that decision. So DNA testing, King's Privy Council, they are just not going to all vote in the same direction on this. They're all a little bit concerned about what shakes out at the end of it. So, you know, again, they're going to say this could open a whole can of worms. Uh-oh. I think I'm getting a Hipsy call. I don't think my Hipsy app turned off. So, private number. I'll have to check that in a second, guys. So actually, let me swoop, do that. So the Hipsy app is really cool. It's like Uber for psychics. I will be on that later today. And I'll drop a link in a minute. For Pete's sake. Is anything going to work properly today? Okay. I'm actually live right now, guys. And stop event. There we go. Stop event. Back to live stream. I am unavailable. Perfect. There we go. We're back in business. Penny D likes Hipsy. Yeah. So, guys, I'll have more flexible hours on that, so you guys can just jump in. You can still use my Calendly link. All of those links are in my About section. There are also in the description of all my videos. But Hipsy, you just jump on, ask me a few questions, and we try. Oh, Texas Kit Kat's been on it too. Yeah. Yeah, Mercury is in retrograde. It has been in retrograde for a bit. So, Privy Council, what does Princess Anne think about DNA tests? She too is like, we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to forget you, Candles, but you came in after quite a few questions were on. So hang in there. I got you on the list. So Princess Anne is like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We're going to open a whole can of worms with this. And Catherine, DNA tests. She actually would like to have some kids revealed. She's keen on the DNA test. So yes, Candles, I am streaming all over the place. Sorry, guys. Sunderost wants me to remote view Nancy Guthrie. We'll take a little pause from the royal stuff. Thank you, Candles. Thank you. I'm live on Fridays too, but this was just a pop-up. All right, so let's start on because I haven't done like a proper remote view. I do controlled remote viewing for remote views. I'm gonna have my eyes closed, guys, so just keep an eye on the chat. Don't ask any questions for a minute. So Nancy in bed. I don't know if she was fully asleep when the intruder came in. I do think she heard noises out in the hallway, and was aware that there was something happening in the house. I don't think she got out of the bed. I think she was getting out of the bed when the intruder came into the bedroom. Now, the intruder, whether this was because they knew the the layout of the house, she is in like kind of a neighborhood, so I don't know if they knew the outline of the house, or possibly they knew because they cased the house. But they went right to the bedroom. They actually knew where that master bedroom was. And so they went and just kind of, there was a little hesitation before they opened the door. But then they went in and told her to get up. Obviously, very nervous. Knees were shaky when she did stand up, and they went to the kitchen table. If they had looked at the kitchen table and had really printed the snot out of that, I think they could have gotten some fingerprints off it, or some fibers. A correction on the fingerprints. I don't think the gloves came off until way later. And I am seeing that there's multiple pairs of gloves there. Her biggest question was, what are you going to do with me? What are you going to do with me? And I don't know if that was because she thought they were going to hurt her or what was happening. I'm going to go back to the bedroom for now, because I do think that the individual gave her like kind of a shove. There was an effort to scare her in the bedroom into submission. So we'll go back to the kitchen. We're back in the kitchen. She was injured in the kitchen, guys. She was injured in the kitchen. And I do think it was like a bloody nose or a bloody mouth, something like that. Everybody that's jumping in the chat, we're talking about, I'm doing just a remote view of Nancy Guthrie. So there was an injury to this part of her face, this part right here, left side. So that makes sense, because somebody would be coming, if they're right-handed, they would come in right-handed. Yeah. As soon as there was contact on her face, and I do think that it's a punch. I think it's a punch. So awful. I mean, she's 80 years old, for Pete's sake. That effort was made to knock her out. It was an intention to knock her out. And I do think that she was stunned, if not entirely knocked out. Certainly not with it, and scared at that point. So I'm sorry if this is upsetting you, wifey. I'm sorry. Everybody's been asking me to do this. So she is not carried. I had originally was inclined to think she was wrapped up and carried to the car, and there is some tape. There's tape involved, guys. There's tape. So I think the hands are taped. There's also not a blanket, but or not a robe, but like a dressing gown, but a blanket. There's a blanket on her that's either like a really light tangerine or pink. It's very, they're going to find her with that blanket. She's going to be wrapped up in that blanket, and there is tape around the ankles. It's regular silver duct tape. It's, you know, gorilla tape, duct tape, whatever you want to call it. They're going to find her with that. You know, she'll be bundled. She'll be bundled. Just in a straight line, you know, tape around the ankles, around the, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if this is upsetting to anybody. All right. So she is not really walking well on the, she's like kind of half carried, half dragged to the car. Like she's not really walking well. But there is some ability to kind of locomote. Let's talk about the car. You guys ready? Mods, make note of this. Make note of what I've got. It is a blue car. It is a 4-door vehicle, possibly like a crossover, not an SUV. I've got like a tan interior. It's an older car too. I want to say it's like a 95, 96. The interior, the seats are not like a light tan, but like a golden tan. And oh, Doodoo Bird, they probably already did call in a psychic. They probably already did. They don't like to tell us, you know. So yeah, a lot of police departments will use psychics, but they don't broadcast it. My husband's retired police officer, and I want to be the psychic for our police department, but to no avail. So thank you, Dave. We're going long on this one. I'm not sticking to an hour. If you guys are okay, I'm okay. I know that Zeph's got to skip over. Not a station wagon, Zeph. It is not a station wagon. It is. It feels like a Subaru. Like, you know how Subarus are kind of like round on the back end? It feels like a Subaru. So possibly like a Subaru body. That's what I'm seeing, but it's blue exterior. There's something a little bit red on the outside. And I don't know if what I'm seeing is a sticker, but it's on the passenger side of the car, up by the top, the right quarter panel. There's like a red sticker on there, and I don't know what that is, but it's red and white. The lettering is white, and it's got black. Oh, thank you, Dave. Thank you. So it's the license plate is white with red lettering. Zeph, help me out there. What license plate is like a white with red lettering? I don't think that that's Arizona. I think that's New Mexico, but I could be wrong. There is like a pom-pom character that's hanging from the rear view mirror. So, and I don't mean like it's a pom-pom. It would, that would be Mexico, New Mexico, or Mexico. The letters may be orange. They look faded. They look faded. So it's almost like one of those koosh characters that's hanging from the from the remote, from the rear view mirror, and that is white and yellow. And the interior of the car, it had a smoker as an owner. There's still a little bit of smell of smoke in the car, but I don't think that the current owner is a smoker. Oh, Dave, I don't know if someone drove all the way from New South Wales, Australia. So, what else? This is wild, guys, but like the car's due for an oil change. I know that. Due for an oil change. And it's headed in the direction of a location that's got a white sign with yellow lettering. I don't know what that is. So we'll mark that too. Location, New Mexico's turquoise background with yellow call sign. Okay. I'll have to, New Mexico, maybe that's it. Grace, I got your question there. You know, the weird thing, Grace, is that she's out in the open. She's not secreted anyplace. I don't think that she's like tucked in anywhere or hidden behind some rocks or anything like that. I think she's right out in the open, and she's way, way off from a road. So whoever was in this vehicle, I shouldn't even say this vehicle, but whoever had her after she expired drove her out into the desert. She's all the way out in the desert. There's a little outcropping that's near her, but they just took her out into the middle of an open space, and they just left her there and took off. But they're far off a main road. Let me see if I can get the road. 514. Note these numbers, guys. 514 or 518. I don't know if there's a road out there that has that. I'm getting 67 too. And the discussion in the perpetrator's head was, I need to drive 7 or 8 miles out and then come back. 7 or 8 miles out and then come back. She's going to be in pretty far into a desert. Thanks, Mustard. Thank you. Those are roads. 514, 518, 67. Let's see if there's any roads like that. Let me look it up. Are there any highways near where Nancy Guthrie went missing that have the numbers 514, 518, or 67? Well, that gave me 0 answer. I asked ChatGPT. He'll help me out. I said 67, Michael. Ha ha ha. No evidence that highways numbered 514, 518, or 67. There's a highway 77, 210, and 86, and then there's the I-10 that goes, that's the interstate. So I'm not seeing that. There is a Route 67 that does exist in Arizona, but it's located far north near the Grand Canyon. It's a State Road 67. It's hundreds of miles from Tucson. So there you go. Anything else? So swing impossible miss. Who knows? Oh, and there's also exit. Maybe I should have said exit numbers. All right. So, and I get here. I just want to look up. Mexican license plate image. Oh, yeah, this is what I'm saying. Here, I'll screen share with you guys. Hang on. This one right here. That's what I'm seeing right there. So we got something. Definitely. I mean, it potentially could be this New Mexico one right here, but I don't know. That looks like it's an old one. Yeah, wifey, that's what I'm seeing too. I'm seeing that there's let me get my handy dandy sketchbook. I don't see a big mountain. So, like, if this is the highway, we're going to go 7-8 miles east. I'm going to say it's definitely east. She's east of the highway or roadway. Let's call it roadway. There's like a little bump structure like that. And she's here. X marks the spot. But there's like nothing around her at all. Oh, can you guys even see that? Like, all right. 5. Oh. Wifey says there's a 514. Grid lines. Yeah. It's so are they going to find her? Are we ever going to find her? September, October. I don't think that we're going to. I'm telling you, I think there's not going to be a lot left. I've said, she's going to be degraded pretty badly. So there we go. So remote view. I'm trying to candles. You're next. Sit tight. You're next. So remnants of remains. Yeah, Grace, it's going to be a while. I mean, unless something changes, unless they start bringing in remote viewers. Gee, wonder if I knew any remote viewers. So does Bauer have any new information on the kids? Six of Cups, King of Cups. I don't think so. Well, all right. This is what I'm going to say. I don't think it's that he doesn't have any information on the kids, but I think he is holding that back. I think holding that information back. Holding that information back. He is Tom Bauer wants these kids to get a start on their own without the scourge of Harry and Meghan's foolishness. Foolishness. Hi, Star Boy the Night. It's good to see you. Pray unity. Honestly, I like your profile pic. So I'm a cat fan. Cat fan. Cat fan. Trevor was being super annoying today, though. He was very demanding. I was not lavishing enough attention on him. So I very much think he is trying to not interfere with the kids and their ability to like go and have a private life. I think he's really trying to be generous with them. I think he will hold Harry and Meghan to account. Does he have any negative information about the kids? He's got information about the legacy that he's not going to give up because it's too damaging. Has he given it to the King and the Prince of Wales? Yep. So he does have information that he has passed along to the sovereign. Let's take a breather from pop culture. We are going to be talking about candles. Candles is new to the channel. Candles. So how does Omar and Aries see you? You are Raya and Aries. Woo! A lot of fire there. My baby girl is an Aries. So how does Omar feel about you? 9 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. Knight of Batons. Valet of Cups. Be very, very careful with Omar. This is why. Because Omar doesn't like people to assume more about the relationship than is already there. So Omar will kind of put an arm up and say, give me some space. Give me some space. But I also think that Omar is motivated by hormones and not by his heart, if that makes sense. I would just be careful that it's not a hit it and quit it kind of situation. So that I would be careful. Let this relationship build a little bit more. See, best advice for you. Is this a good thing for you? 8 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 3 of Swords in reverse. 8 of Cups is stability in the sense of what you know, you know. So if you have some reservations about said Omar, they're correct. The feelings that you have are correct. So be very, very careful about building castles on the impression or the person that you want Omar to be. Now, this 3 of Swords over here, the 3 of Swords in reverse is healing and restoration, bringing things back, turning our pain into purpose, those kinds of things. And I want you to be careful that you don't give Omar credit with being your salvation when it's not entirely there. So I want you to be careful. The 8 of Cups does say kind of move on and try and get something that's a little more substantial and not quite so dreamy and unformed, if that makes sense. So you Aries, you guys are very, very passionate and excited. So I definitely want you to be a little bit careful before you hop in between any sheets or anything like that. So let's see what we got. So I hope you like that, Candles. I hope we see you back here. Sophie Kent, do the York girls know they are finished? Did they know they are finished? Let's see. Let's see. Keep smashing that like button, guys. If you're on the vert, hit the reaction button. Boom, 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 boom. It does let YouTube know that people want to come and see me. So, did the York girls know they're finished? We got to read on them separately. So we have Beatrice, who we know has been struggling, and Eugenie Beatrice. Beatrice is not happy. Eugenie is a little more flip. And I think that Eugenie is angry, whereas Beatrice is not. Beatrice is more crushed and heartbroken, I think, is the best thing. And I will tell you this. I think Beatrice has been reaching out to Queen Elizabeth spiritually and saying, please, please don't have them throw us in the trash. Don't have them get rid of us. You know, I've this is all I know. That's kind of what her vibe is. This is all I know. I don't know where I go after this. Whereas Eugenie she's got an F them kind of attitude. Like, well, if they don't want us around, F them. F them. What are we worried about? F them. So will they give up their titles? Will Beatrice give up her title? 7 of Wands. She's a negotiator. She wants to negotiate to stay. Eugenie's going to become a regular person, guys. Mark my words. She is going to become a regular person. She almost is like shoving it back in their face. Like, no, you keep this. I don't even want it. You guys suck. That's kind of what she's acting like. What is the soup du jour? Because I don't think that the decision has been made to take their titles yet. What is the story with their titles? Are they staying? Right now, the king want to keep their titles? Yes, he wants to keep their titles. What about William? William says they proved themselves to be sketchy. So they should split. Beatrice Humanaki married a kind of a baron or a duke or something like that, an Italian lord. Eugenie's husband is fairly well off. They're like a business family. Yeah, like a business family. So there we go. Where is Fergie now? I hear she's couch surfing. Well, she was account. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Yes, on the Italian side. She has titles on the Italian side. Where is Fergie now? 4 of Swords. She's not on any royal properties, that's for sure. Is she couch surfing? Valet of Batons. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. She is skipping around. You know, what she's telling people is that she has to keep moving because of the press. That's what she's telling people. Like, I have to keep moving because of the press. Like, I did some time at the wellness clinic. I've got to keep moving. You know, if they locate me, they're going to have too many questions. I can't believe that Andrew got us into this trouble. She absolutely points a finger at Andrew. She tried to negotiate a small place in the English countryside. I'm not sure if it's the Cotswolds. I don't think it is. But the English countryside. She wanted to be someplace very like neat and tidy. I almost feel like she wanted to be in Wales. She wanted to be in the southern part of England. Oh, thanks, Humanaki. Put it in the reference. Absolutely. But I'm not saying that she wasn't involved with Epstein, but she is pointing a finger at Andrew, that Andrew was really the one. She's not talking about her money. all she wants to talk about is like the party favors. Like, he was doing that, and I can't believe that I'm wrapped up in it. So, Fergie will have, it's so weird because Darren McGrady somehow is like coming into coming into focus. Like there's something about Darren McGrady was the chef for Diana and the Boys. He's got a YouTube channel. It's great. I ordered his book. I ordered a signed cookbook and I never got it. So I do need to follow up on that. Like a year and a half ago, I never got the book. But he's here in Texas now. And there's something about Darren McGrady. There's some connection there that I should correct myself. There's a connection with her and a chef that worked, and there's some kind of connection. It's almost like she's going to live on the premises as like the Lord and Lady. It's very strange. I don't know where she winds up. But there's a commercial kitchen wherever she winds up, because I see her in this commercial kitchen, and it looks like Darren McGrady's, which is here in Texas. Is Fergie going to come to America? She doesn't want to. No, she doesn't want to come here at all. Switzerland, Italy, Portugal. I think Eduardo's family is going to help Fergie. I think they are going to give her some grace, and they're going to give her a hand. Is it money? They'll give her a little bit of money, a place to go. So remember, after World War II, we had all those princes and princesses, tra-la-la, and all over Europe. They all needed a place to go. Grace, is she going to do a book deal? No, she can't. There's no way that she can. There's something that locks her down from doing that. She can't do it. She can't do a book deal. All right, so this is Special K. I hope Special K is still here. Special K. And I think we're talking about the big one, the big church. Humanaki, I'll go back to that. Is the church moving things around? Not answering that anymore. That's a yes. That was a yes, but conspiracy question. Special K, good one. All right, what's going on with Louis? Louis Soho. Louis did love me. Louis Couture's make love to me. Name that tune if you know it, guys. Come back again, don't tell me when. Louis Couture is always to find me. All right, what's going on with Louis? What's going on with Louis? Oh, Texas Kit Kat, I forgot about that dude. Toe sucker. What's going on with Louis? So, Louis. So they're doing a few things with Louis right now. And I don't want anybody to be worried about him, but he's being refined at the moment. So he's in more disciplined things because that's one of his weak spots. He's not very disciplined. Whereas, your first child, because they got all the condensed parenting. The first child really gets reared well in hand. Louis doesn't like to clean up his room. I think he's fine. We'll see if he's going to be pulled from the balcony functions, but he just is a little less disciplined than the other children. And so I think that they have him in more disciplined things, like perhaps martial arts, sport, something like that. I don't think he's on the spectrum as much as I think that he is fidgety. And I'm fidgety. I had somebody give me grief for messing with my hair when it gets in my face. So, yeah, I think they are this Seven of Swords, guys. This tells me that they don't want the mistake that Harry turned out to be. They don't want that. They want to make sure that he's got his own gig that he can manage. Definitely does not want another Henry. So, all right, let's go here. I think he's fine. Haley's got another question. Thank you for your super chat. Super chats are keeping the channel alive, keeping my business alive. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I know people are hesitant because they know that Google gets 30%. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I'm a good partner. So our Harry's titles, I'll come back to the balcony, guys. Don't worry. Are Harry's titles being discussed in Parliament? Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords. Yes, but I think that we don't have consensus on this. Again, I think there's a lot of older people that are saying continuity is best. And I think that there are some younger people that are like, bad behavior is bad behavior. We got to get them out of there. So I think that which side is more persuasive? The old guard, which favors continuity, and the new guard, which says off with their head. Give it a little bit of time. This new guard will be more persuasive. And this is contrary to what I would ordinarily say. In the moment, the Knight of Cups trumps that Ace of Batons. If we were playing poker right now, this would win. So for now, the old guard is winning. The new guard is going to be stronger as we go down the road, and they're the ones that are going to be able to pull those titles. They're the ones that are going to say, enough is enough. We can't have this. What's going to be the precipitating events? Justice, Nine of Pentacles, Death, the end of the marriage. So I think, don't get mad at me, guys. I know that if he divorces her, she still gets her title. But I think that they're going to make it so if you get divorced, you don't get to keep your title. If you go back to the titles that you had. So Meghan Markle will go back to being briefcase girl number 43 or whatever her number was. Harry will go back to being just whomever. I think they'll leave him with that. Jam queen. Becky says jam queen, the queen of the jams, queen of the jams, queen of the jams. So can I tap into why on Nancy Guthrie? Look at me. Look at how psychic I'm getting. So trying to see the motivation of Nancy Guthrie's perpetrator. I keep seeing an envelope. There's an envelope. That's all I'm seeing is like an envelope. There was an envelope that they were looking for. They wanted this envelope. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that there was like a single envelope that this individual was looking for, but it's more, they were looking for information in the house, like documentation, like a specific paperwork. Yeah, I definitely think that this was a money thing. I think they were trying to get something out of her possession, but I'm still saying, guys, I think this was like a Richard Ramirez Night Stalker kind of thing. I don't think this was I don't think it was a good person. Yeah, I mean, clearly not a good person, but I don't think it was. I think it was somebody who, you know, wanted to tra la la. Oh, thank you, Texas Kit Kat. What's making it good? What's making the show good? The remote viewing? Was it her destiny to go this way? I'm going to use some cards on this. So you know what? It was one of the options. I know there are two ways that I'm going. The two ways that I agreed upon. I'll drop it here. I'll hip you guys to it. Heart attack or car accident? I have a choice of one of the two. Heart attack, car accident. So does that mean like I'm just going to spontaneously go, oh, I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth. No. And I'm wondering if like I can combine the two and just kind of go out very calmly. But I think she had some options for her exit. And I think she evaded one exit point. Kind of like Final Destination was that series of movies. I think she evaded an exit at one point, possibly with the heart-related situation. And I'll be honest, I think she stayed a little bit longer than she was supposed to be here. And so this was, you know, we got to get you out of there. Be like, you're out of the game. Get out of the game. So, yeah, I think you know, sometimes like, you know, when we have like medical interventions and things like that, we can avoid the exit path that we've picked. And, you know, it looks like she avoided that path. So, Humanaki, this is like the nicest thing ever. I'm going to take a little pause here. You know what? I really, thanks, Rochelle. I have really tried to cultivate a very nice audience here. And you guys, like, it's time with you guys is really great. I didn't have anything on my schedule today. So I was talking to Becky and I said, maybe I should do a live. And Becky was like, oh yeah, you should do a live. So, she sounded Canadian. So, hi, there's Becky. So you know, I appreciate you guys just as much as you appreciate me dropping in the videos and the lives that I do. You know, it is like having a cup of tea with a bunch of friends, which I will be having a cup of tea after this. So I love having a cup of tea with my daughter. But I will be live on Hipsy later. If any of you want to go private reading, I will bring my laptop upstairs and I will have my app on. I will still be reading with Fergus Hall's deck. Who loves this Fergus Hall deck? I'm loving it. The Tarot of the Witches. I tried not to do like too much like crazy witchcraft kind of stuff on here because I do think it's off-putting for some people. It was one of the reasons why I stopped using the Ellen Cannon read deck. So the Ellen Cannon read deck has a pentacle on the back, and a lot of people, when I read, they were like, "Oh, I'm not leaving, Sandy. I'm staying. I'm staying." A lot of people, when I would read with that deck, they'd be like, "Oh, I don't know if I like that deck," and I'm totally fine with that. Like, if I do a reading for somebody and they're like, "I don't like that deck," my girlfriend Nan does that. She's like, "I don't like that deck. Read with another one." So it's totally fine. I have plenty of decks here. But this one, I've had it for so long, and it's up in the steamer trunk upstairs. And I decided I'm going to do, featured deck of the week every week. And, I kind of was doing it, but not in a structured kind of way. So, I was like, I'm going to structure it. I'll put the link for the Amazon link for the deck. I love the pink tartan on the back. I love the pink because usually tarot decks have like a blue, sometimes a black, but the pink is a little bit different. So I pulled it out and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving this deck. So it may stick around for more than 1 week. We may get a featured deck 2 weeks in a row. So, all right. Beatrice, is her husband going to stay married to her? So I kind of drifted there. So thank you. Thank you all for being here and hanging out. I will endeavor to do, this is actually a really good time. Like, we had so many people here. Maybe I'll have a pop culture live on Tuesdays. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll have 2 lives a week. So is Beatrice's husband going to stay married to her or divorce her? That's Edo. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. 9 of Cups in reverse. 10 of Swords. Did not expect this. These are doom and gloom cards. This looks like a split. Oh my goodness. I don't want this for her. I don't want this for her. That is terrible. 9 of Pentacles. There's just too much information that's coming out. This spread says that marriage is not doing well. It does. It says it's not doing well. And it says that they've already discussed splitting. Is this why she's so extra upset? Yep. She doesn't know how she's going to restart. She doesn't know how she's going to do it. That's terrible. Is there anything we can do to salvage this? Thank you, Grace. I'll get to you in just a minute. Is there anything? What can Beatrice and Edo do to salvage their marriage? Fresh, clean start. 6 of Pentacles. This is cutting off the royal family. Her royal family. This is cutting that off. Giving up on her past and focusing on their family tree future. That's what they have to do. I don't know if he didn't know about her past. I think it's more about her dad's past. Is it about her parents? Absolutely. It's about her parents. They need to start their own family tree. They need to cut down that York family tree and they need to start their own family tree and do it that way. So that's my advice to them. So I hope they don't get divorced. There's going to be a rough patch for them in April, May, end of April, beginning of May. There's going to be another rough patch in August. Another difficult period in October to November. When we get into the holiday season, I think there's a lot up in the air right now. A lot up in the air for them right now, trying to figure out where they're going to wind up. We'll keep reading on them. Is Sarah, is she in the UAE? Is she in the UAE? No, she's not there anymore. Was not, she wanted to go there and stay there, and she can't stay for very long. Is it a visa issue? Yep. Yeah. And 8 of Swords. She had to go back for something else. I don't think she's in the UAE. I want to say hello to Wee Spatta. Wee Spatta. I will not hold my wish. Becky, I got it. Thank you. I'm so glad. So now, Wee Spatta, you kind of confirmed this, because now I'm realizing that like 2:00 is probably a really good time for me to go live. Not so much for Dave Murphy, who woke up in the middle of the night, rolled over because he heard caw, caw, caw. Annabelle is live somewhere on his phone. I sent him a psychic message. So I appreciate you, and I will endeavor to get more lives on there. So my mom is half Scottish. I look mostly Italian, but my mom is half Scottish. So welcome. Glad that I could create this live and have you in here. So and not rude at all. So Grace, thank you for your super. Will my request for the judge's recusal be granted? Let's see. I think we may wrap up after this. So we've got 4 of Pentacles, which means that they're loosening up. Magician in reverse. 5 of Wands. King of Swords. I think he's going to come down. I think you're going to get a different one. I think he proves that he's just not equipped for it. I think he's just not equipped. So this looks like we get a new one, but the attorney for the opposing side is going to be a real pain in the butt about it. They're going to take issue with this guy. It's like, well, they got him recused, so we're going to get this one recused. Wait, weed para? It's weed spada, not weed para. Becky is Scottish too. We spada. So we, Becky. Oh, it's we. No, it's we. So yes, Grace, I think that they are going to counter with the new judge is not they were already okay. All right. So yeah, look at that. They're gonna give you a hard time. So how's it gonna go with the new everyone's speaking Gaelic and Scottish and broad, for Pete's sake. How's it gonna go with that new judge as far as your case is concerned? How are you gonna do with the new judge? Ba, 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 ba. You're the devil in disguise. So I do think that We don't quite get rid of the other side. But I think there's going to be an inequity of like visitation and finances and all of that. In whose favor? Your side, their side. So your side, I know where you stand on this, honey. I know you want majority control. I'm going to say majority control because I'm trying to be decent about that. And the other side is going to make a lot of promises that they're going to do better. There's going to be some effort that is put in. So, parenting classes or something like that, like some kind of nonsense. So just be mindful of that. Sometimes we got to take that medicine and, ultimately long range, how does our opponent, I'm going to say opponent, how does our opponent stick around? Opponent's still going to be stick in the mud, not cooperative. But how you all make out at the end of it all. So there's going to be an effort to change location on your side. And that is going to be thwarted by the other side. So I know that wand. I'm sorry. I know. Keep your temper. Make sure that you keep your temper because that is something that this individual kind of does. They're trying to spark you up so that you'll act about and get in trouble. You are requesting a location change. I think we're going to have some trouble with that. I think he's going to thwart it. I think it's going to be thwarted. So I don't think that they're going to let you do it. Let me see. Yeah. You're going to have to, yeah, the location change is not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to say, just stay put. I think this is a living situation, not a venue for the case. So let's go to the magic ball. So the argument is that it's a hardship to travel to the intended location. It's a hardship. That's what they're doing. Is this negotiable? Is it negotiable? Yes. So here's the thing. If you can show that it is a beneficial location with services and benefits that are not located in your place, then you may get some flexibility on this. You have to show that it is beneficial for the little ones that are involved. You have to show that it is that there's something there that you cannot get in the other place. So that is entirely unavailable. I'm sorry, hiccup. Here's some water. So one of your kids has a talent and there is a coach or instructor that is in the other location that is highly regarded. So you just said medical needs. You may have to kind of pull that out and really illustrate that that person is not available in the other location. And I think that there may be a period of time where you actually have to do the travel and show the benefit, have some metrics to present to the court. We can do this. This is beneficial, and the ride is detrimental. So I would do that. Humanaki said, yeah, get the doctor recommendation. Sorry, guys, we're 2 hours. I don't want my mods to go bananas, so I think we're going to wrap it up, but I will. This is last call. Last call for super chats. Last call for super chats. I don't know if I missed any questions. I got to the bottom of my starred questions. So we're doing last call. Last call for psychic. Last call for the psychic here. We're the last call. Last call. Doing last call. We're also, thank you, Grace. We are also broadcasting to the Psychic News Report as well, which is my other channel, which has been on hiatus because my entire news team is disassembled. So we are going to have to get a news team assembled over there and have some fun with that. I got a sneeze coming. Gah! Last call, tra-la-la. Or as Becky says, blah-la-la. Blah-la-la. So I think I am going to run over to the grocery store and see if I can get a corned beef and throw it in the pot. Oh, Doodoo Bird. Doodoo Bird's on the last call. Last call for Doodoo Bird. Excellent. Thank you, Doodoo Bird. Thank you so much. All right, your son's job. And just help me out. Does he have a job or is he looking for a job? Have a job or looking for a job? Hi, Flower Garden. White pudding supper. That sounds delicious. Seven of Swords. All right, so I am going to tell him he's got to sit tight for now. That doesn't mean don't look. But what it means is that there's not going to be a lot out there right now for him. He's not going to be able to find a home. A couple of things I want him to do. Refine the resume. There's something on the resume that like almost kicks him out of the oh, you're welcome, Doodoo Bird. You're very welcome. There's something on his resume that ticks the bots and like kicks his resume right out. And I don't know what that is. So have him check for date continuity. Have him just kind of go through it. Even I would run it through AI a couple of times or even run it past a few friends of his. But there's something on that resume that like it's not getting through the bot scan when he submits it. It's a training that he needs. Okay, so let's see if he can get that training. Chariot reverse, devil. He can study for that training on his own right now. He can't take the course and get like the certification or the certificate for it, but he can study on his own for that and have the body of knowledge and be able to kind of input that like, hey, I understand, like just say it was coding, like, I understand like this specific kind of coding. I've worked heavily with it, but don't say like, I'm not certified in it. He can know the work. Like here's the thing. So one of my dad's best friends is a car dealer. He's a very well-known car dealer. And here in the tri-state area. And he never went to business school. He never went to university or anything like that. He just taught himself up on taught himself business just through trial and error. So the body of knowledge that he has, like, about mechanics and vehicles and things, comes from the experience. So no one would ever walk up to Uncle Ray and say, well, you don't know what you're talking about cars. But the reality is that he didn't go and get a certification. He's not a certified mechanic, but he has a body of knowledge. He's not an MBA, but he absolutely could, troubleshoot someone through any issues that they had within a business. He's a smart guy from his experience. Your son can do the same thing. I do think that he needs that certification or certificate on his resume, but I think that he is able to create, I don't want to say create the illusion. I think he can have that body of knowledge without getting it, which is even better. Like, he just is going to be able to perform. He'll be able to drop the hot words in his resume, in his cover letter, and in his interviews, more importantly, because that's where that's going to shine. I do also want to say that in the interviews, if he shows that he has a keen interest in that subject matter, that there are opportunities that are going to say, well, we'll get you the certification. You can go take it. You can go take that course. We'll crash course you through it, and we'll get the certification for you. So is there a time frame? Oh, we'll go to my timing cards. And if you are studying tarot, I have a great series right now on Sundays. It is Timing in Tarot, teaching you a little bit about how you can tell time with tarot cards. So when will opportunity open up for him energetically? When will opportunity open up for him energetically? When is that going to happen? I just got immediately, but it was the Fool in reverse. So I think we get, he said he's willing to do the work for it to one employer. Good. Does that mean that his current position may transform? It's 4:14 here, Samantha Mustard. We're this close. Is this employer going to... Eight of Pentacles. This employer, he can actually make this job kind of his dream job. Tell him not to be so quick to leave there. If he talks to, the boss, the CEO, the guy, the decision maker, if he talks to them and says, I just need to make more money. I need a title bump. I need more responsibility. I need less responsibility. He could actually negotiate that, but it's not with his direct in line chain of command. He's got to get to somebody who's a lot higher up, and they're going to recognize that he's got more talent than he's being told. So yeah, where he's at, I think there is potentially, and I'm saying potentially, a shift in how he is perceived there. Perception. I have a thing from when I worked in insurance. It said, the customer's perception is all that matters, or something like that, which is true. So I do think that if he gets in the right ear, so if there are any events coming up, he needs to sit down next to one of the bosses and just kind of get in their ear and be like, hey, I'd really like to do this initiative, or, I'm interested in doing this, that, or the other thing. I think that will serve him well. A little bit of recklessness. We have those two fools in reverse, which is a little bit of recklessness. But sometimes we yield some cool stuff when we are a little more reckless and not adhering to the ways and means. Like, that was like one of the things, like I when I worked at the brokerage, they were like, never ask the head underwriter anything. Well, guess what? Camilla, bold as brass, I would go to the head underwriter if the underwriter that I was working with was a problem. And I'd be like, I need to get this done. Like, you have what my friend Tom, when I was working, deemed an orange cone. He goes, oh, that one's an orange cone. I go, what's an orange cone? He goes, what do you do when you see an orange cone? Stop. You stop when you see an orange cone. So, the orange coning, I think your son, Doodoo Bird, has an orange cone in his direct supervisor. I think somebody that's right above him is orange coning him a little bit. So, he doesn't have to set up a meeting with the CEO or the president and say, hey, I really want to sit down and talk about how my manager is being a jerk. But I think if he sits down and has like a little bit of a casual conversation, he needs to like kind of get real comfortable and cool when he talks to them, and is just like, hey, what do you think of this? Like, what do you think about what's going on with blah, blah, blah? What direction do you think we're headed with this particular product or this particular initiative? And I think that turns into a conversation which makes him seem much more attractive in terms of personnel at work. So let me know how he makes out with that. Now, I thank you so much, Doodoo Bird. Doodoo Bird comes over from Lady Letitia's, and I'm telling you guys, like, Lady Letitia's community is so much like ours. So make sure that you go over and give her a subscribe. She's been doing a lot of news on the war. So she's been covering the war, soup to nuts, but she does Harry and Meghan stuff. She has a lot of fun. Talks about Nancy Guthrie over there. So just pop culture, current events, you will get your fill over there. But guys, I am gonna call it an afternoon for right now. And I think I'm going to run over to the store with my daughter and see if we can score a corned beef. And I can throw that. You are very welcome, Doodoo Bird. I'm going to see if I can throw that in the pressure cooker and actually make a meal. I have some chicken that desperately needs to be cooked, but it is St. Patrick's Day, and I think we need some of that action. So, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for visiting. Becky, thank you for inspiring me to come up and do this. I am going to mosey on over. I will be live on the Hipsy app later. I will have some hours on that later, I think. So everybody, let's meet up back here on Friday. Remember, Friday is my typical live day, but I think we're going to add in a Tuesday because you guys, who wants a Tuesday live on the schedule? I'll do a Tuesday live on the schedule every week, and we could do pop culture on it. Vote on that right now. Let's vote on it. Tuesday live for pop culture. Put a 1 in the chat if you want a 2:00 Tuesday live on Tuesdays for pop culture. Yes, 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 yes. Michael, you want me to say 69, Michael? That is just silly. 69. You are silly. 1. Yes, we've got it. Michael, come back and I'll say 70 next Tuesday. All right, everybody's liking it. All right, so I'll put it on the schedule for next week. Tuesday live. We will do at 2:00 my time is New York time. So it'll be, I think the UK hasn't switched yet. Michael, we just hit 69 viewers. So Michael, we have 69 viewers right now. So, all right, Tuesdays, 2:00 New York time is going to be our second live of the week. I'll stay on for like 2 hours. We'll do pop culture for the first hour. We'll do open table paid questions for the second hour. That's what we're doing. So we Spada, I'm going to expect you back here next week. We Spada. I'll not hud my wish. We spare. I don't know. My son's father is from Scotland, so I know a lot of these things. It just turned 4:20. Samantha, what time is it by you? You guys didn't do the clock change yet, right? There's no clock change for you guys. Yeah, you spring ahead, I think, next week. We sprung ahead last week. So I just wish they wouldn't do that. Oh, so we're an hour closer. Yeah. So when you guys do your spring ahead, it'll be, I don't even know. I don't know. So I can't even like calculate time when I'm like cooking something. All right, kids. Well, listen, I'm going to jump right the hell out of here. I'm going to go to the grocery store with my daughter and my scarf. And I'm going to see if I can get myself a what do you call it? A corned beef. They're probably all gone, but I'll see if I can score one. But until then, guys, so Friday, meet back here. I already have that scheduled, so you can go on over and give yourself a little reminder. Hit the bell for all notifications. I know a lot of people get upset that they don't get my notifications. YouTube does squirrely things. They changed the algorithm not too long ago. So there's some crazy stuff. So, look for shorts. Shorts will tell you where to go. The post that I do on Monday night will tell you where to go, and it'll give you all the links to everything. So I will see you guys in the future. And we'll see you next week.